A student of the Imam. I remember him flying in almost every other weekend to the class of Imam W. Mohammed. Imam W. Mohammed used to be right back there teaching the class, and Imam Saleem would come in, flying in from Washington, D.C., and he sat there as a student listening to Imam W. Mohammed. So he's my classmate from 2003 to 2006.
Well, look, really, first of all, that was a fantastic presentation. Really, up-to-date PowerPoint, if y'all want to know what that. And do you have that where you can receive it, in a written form that we can print it out for us or something? Maybe not. Well, I'm requesting a copy, and I don't know if I'm going to ask you, but we might have to. I'm talking about in Washington D.C., and what we would have is probably parents and prospective students, especially in high school, how they need to, prepare themselves. That was fantastic. And I can't believe you had somebody graduated from high school.
That's my youngest.
Whoa, congratulations, brother. Congratulations. So, really, I mean, now mine's coming from a different aspect, but if you can handle it, the heat, and so forth. Of course, first of all, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, with God's name, the merciful benefactor, the merciful redeemer. And I am very happy to be with you again this first Sunday. I guess I have several topics, and congratulations on that degree. That's fantastic. Yeah, I have to say what she's saying is true. I'm a living witness here. The school closed there in D.C., but I had a master's degree, and so now I'm accepting positions and so forth. Despite the age. I'm now truly a senior. I'm 65 now. Truly senior. All right, so the first I'm going to just come from a point of view. I'm titling it, Education is a Sacred Regard. Education is sacred regard. And then we'll wrap it up with, I guess I have here, preparing for a better world, preparing for God-chosen destiny. So first I'm just going to give a kind of concept of life. For us, we're speaking, of course, Islamically, I use that language. Life is seen as a loan, life is seen as a trust, and life is seen as a gift. Now, it's seen as a loan because the word we use for religion is Deen. When we look at the root of that word, it comes from Dana, and Dana means to repay the debt. So how do you repay the debt? You give up your time, you give up your personality, you give up your hearing, you give up your sin. Eventually, you have to give up your life.
Yes, sir.
So that's what this is all about. It's actually a loan, and all of us, no matter some of us very young, the high school graduate, we all are going to eventually leave this form of a life. And so we're here to see what contribution that we can make. Now, it's also a trust, because we have a certain amount of limited free will. And finally, it's a gift, because, gift means you didn't go around saying, I want her for mama, and I want him for daddy, and it didn't go like that. So you received it without your request, so it comes as a gift. We also know in this document, it says we hold these truths to be self-evident. Self-evident means that it's clear to the vision or understanding without proof or reasoning, that all men, that means all humans in this case, are equal and endowed by their Creator with certain inalienable rights, meaning that it is incapable of being alienated or separated from you or surrendered to somebody or transferred. That among these inalienable rights are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. So this life, we call it our life. You say it belongs to society, it belongs to the family, it belongs to the world. It's not really your life. It's not. That's how we see it as Muslims. This is an existence that's to, for, and about God. So life is trust. Life is sacred. And in the Quran, it tells us in Surah 17, ayat 70, that we have honored all the children of Adam. And you used to say in the street, they used to say, God don't make no jump. So we know that. God honored all the children of Adam. So every human deserves, requires, and needs respect, appreciation, love, and education. Whether they are Mormon, Canadian, Zoroastrian, Irish, custodian, waiter, Jew, deaf, Chinese, homeless, mentally or physically challenged, they still deserve respect, appreciation, love, and education. So in one word, what is the human essence? The human essence is the soul, nefs. And the vehicle for expression of the soul is faith. In the Bible, in 2 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 7, it says, we walk by faith, meaning we live by faith, not by sight. Yes. And the physical vehicle for expression of the soul is the body. The body means seeing, hearing, feeling, tasting, as well as touching. And the destiny of the soul is a belief that God rules supreme. So therefore, I'm following this logic to its conclusion, and that is that the Creator is the number one educator. And how is the Creator the number one educator? Through creation. The Creator is the number one educator, and that is through creation. No substitute, everything else, no substitutes. Only copies. Let's only have copy. We got the plane that I was able to get into, you from Washington, D.C., a copy. We got the tunnel, where they looked at the caterpillar growing through the mountain. We got the submarine. We got the rowboat. Now, you know the rowboat, I didn't realize this. You know how you have the frog on top of the leaf, and then they glide all through the water, and then they took that and came up with the rowboat. We have the computer. We have all these things. So so God, as we say, Allah, is the number one creator, and He is the number one educator. The number one educator. I'm using the word, not just create, the number one educator through creation. You recall, as our sister already mentioned in the Quran, this would be the first revelation to the Prophet Muhammad, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. That is the prayers and peace of God be upon him. He said, Ikra bismi rabbika alladhi khalaq, khalaqal insana min alaq, Ikra wa rabbukal akram alladhi allama bil qalam, allama al insana ma lam ya'lam. Read in the name of your Lord, Rabbi, your Lord, who created the social human being. They use the word insane. Created the social human being, from adhering and congealed blood. Read, and also you can say proclaim. And your Lord is most bountiful. He who taught the human the use of the pen, taught the social. Instead of the word human, I'm saying taught the social intelligent knowing derived from reading the creation. So the education came from reading the creation, what he knows not. So therefore I'm saying the hearing, the seeing, the smelling, the feeling, and the tasting, all together, collectively and singularly, they send messages, which you may have taught us as words. Anything sends a message to your mind. Sends messages to the president, to the governor, to the CEO who resides in the dome, right? And Imam taught us, you know, that all the state capitals, they are shaped like a dome, right? And within the dome, they usually have two legislative bodies that make decisions. They go out to reveal the municipality that they're there. All right. So we have the hearing, the seeing, the smelling, the feeling, and the tasting, all collectively or singularly send messages, which we could call words, to the president, to the governor, to the CEO who resides in the dome. So education is achieving what it says, thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth, the human realm, as it is in heaven, the Creator's perfect rule. So we have the material and the spiritual. The material that